Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are memory planning the week that was January 1st through to January 7th, and we are using this beautiful kit from Scribble Prints Co., which I did actually pick up from, I believe, Beth Plans as like a D-stash situation. And then I'm using a gold foil bundle from Planner Choco to obviously give our New Year's spread some love and some sparkle, because beginning of the year, gotta have all that extra, pizzazz. But this was a little bit of an interesting plan with me. So first and foremost, it was the first spread of the year. And of course, I'm doing it in a brand new planner to me. So this is the 7x9 Tilly Journals functional flexi planner. I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. Tilly, if you're watching this, correct me below. But it is the first time that I've ever used one of these planners. So I have gone from Erin Condren to Sadie's stickers and now to Tilly Journals. If you have seen my unboxing of my 2024 planner, you will know that I was a little bit unsure about like the dot grid. I wasn't sure about like the layout, all of that sort of stuff, or whatever. But having used it this year, I'm obsessed, and I will be using another one for 2025. The paper quality, the quality of the planner in general, the font, like just everything is absolute perfection. So I am very happy that I did go ahead and use this planner. But of course, I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning. And as always, when you are using a new planner, you do have to get used to the spacing and the layout. And this planner was a completely different layout to my Sadie's Stickers layout. And my Sadie's Stickers planner did have like one side was like off slightly, so whenever I was using the planner, I had to like compensate for the like off balance situation. So there is that. And it did take me a little while. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with my sidebar this year either. So you'll see that when I do it, I allow room for like a glitter header at the top, and then I put like 3 full boxes in my sidebar, and I put my socials because I wanted to track my socials moving through 2024, because my goal for 2024 was to get 1,000 subscribers. Lo and behold, here we are almost 12 months later, and I am nowhere near that goal. I think I'm sitting at like 500 and something, which I'm truly grateful for. And part of that does come down to the fact that I wasn't very consistent in 2024. Whilst I was filming content, I wasn't really uploading content. So naturally that's going to put you behind. So it is what it is, but you will see, I think in my third Plan With Me for the year, you will see that I like figure out that I'm going to use the month header from the planner, and I'm not going to put any scripts or anything over the top of that. I'm just going to leave it as is. But in this spread I didn't, and I have this like weird little gap at the top, and then yeah, it looks funky. I still haven't fixed it up doing this voiceover, and it's currently November 26th 2024, and as I'm looking back at this spread, nothing has changed. So I still have that odd little spot, but it'll get done at some point. The main thing is that we're doing these videos. Anywho, you'll see that all of my full boxes are laid out. The other thing that I wanted to note about this spread is that I wasn't sure of the color palette. So I was so excited for this kit because it was like the first kit that I'd ever seen that incorporated both Christmas and New Year's. So you've got the fireworks and the beautiful fireworks display, but then you've got the Christmas tree. And I don't know about anyone else, but my Christmas tree tends to stay up till almost the end of January because I'm such a Christmas nerd, and my Christmas tree is pretty. There's something about the fairy lights. I love it. So when I saw this kit, I was like, oh my God, I need it. And then I didn't pick it up. And then as I said, I picked it up secondhand from Beth Plans. But when I was finished and when it was all said and done, I didn't love it. And that's kind of disappointing to me because I feel like every single year, my New Year's spread is one of my favorite spreads. Like there's just something about it. It slaps every year. And this year, it was just not it. So I was really sad about that. And I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know whether it's the really busy foil. I don't know whether it's the color palette, because it's like this like unusual kind of green color with a really pastel pink and then like a pop of pink. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's not my favorite. Like, I don't hate it. but it's not my favorite. So naturally, after I'd done this, I was like, oh my God, I'm already in a planner funk and I'm like one spread in. But we do manage to find our way. So there is that. But yeah, I guess we should go ahead and start talking through everything because you all know me. But yeah, as I said, so my sidebar very kind of doesn't really know where it belongs. 3 full boxes, and then I've got my social trackers in the sidebar. And then let's go ahead and move through the plans. So Monday was, of course, New Year's Day. And for some reason, I didn't even mark that it was New Year's Day. Like, obviously, we know, first of the year, it's New Year's Day. But usually I'd mark that, and I didn't. The first thing I marked was that we had a lazy morning, which we indeed did. Also, before I forget, nope, I've already forgotten. Oh, the satisfaction of a new year starting on the 1st, like Monday the 1st, and then Sunday being the 7th. There's just something about it. Tell me that you are the same, because it, like, amazing. But yeah, so we started out Monday marking a lazy morning. Then we marked, well, I marked that I had McDonald's. So I must have had a McDonald's coffee. I don't know why else I would be marking Macca's. Okay, so McDonald's coffee. Okay, yep. So we went and we got, because it was a public holiday, I think the coffee shop that I would normally go to was closed. So we got a McDonald's coffee. Then I marked that we went to Woolworths and picked up a couple of snacks because we were going to our friend's house, and normally they call my husband Willy Wonka because every time we go there, we take like lollies and chocolates galore. So we went to Woolworths to pick up said lollies and snacks. And then I marked that we did go to our friend's house, that we had pizza for dinner, and then we watched The Mule. But when we go to our friend's house, it's kind of like the same thing, which we love. We go there, we relax, we spend time with them and their kids. So they have 2 little girls. One of them is my goddaughter, one of them is my husband's goddaughter, and we spend a lot of time with them. We never used to back in the day because they lived quite a distance from us, but now they live like 20 minutes down the road, so we tend to see them quite a lot. And we go there, and it's just a really chill night. We spend time with them, we spend time with the girls. We usually have pizza for dinner because it's nice and cheap. And then when the girls go to bed, we'll like watch a movie or whatever. So that's how we spent our New Year's. On the 2nd of January, being the Tuesday, the first thing that I marked is that I slept half of the day away. Love that for me. And then marked that I did a little bit of a tidy up because obviously, you know, you post-Christmas, post-New Year's, you've got trash everywhere. We host Christmas, so we've always got like bags of rubbish that we can't fit in the bin. So it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to clear out the trash. And the kitchen always has, you know, bits and pieces everywhere. You've got your fridge full of leftovers. It's just a whole thing. So I marked doing a bit of tidying up. Then I marked that I had a cup of coffee. And then that night I marked that we watched Wrong Turn Bloodlines. And because I obviously didn't have very much going on this day, I have used a little flat lay sticker to mark that I uploaded a Plan With Me video. Also, something that I haven't covered as yet is that for anyone who may be new here, of course, hi, hello, welcome, and thank you so much for clicking into this video. But I don't actually mention where each and every sticker is from, so if you do have any questions about a specific sticker, drop it in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But otherwise, I do list each of the stores that I use throughout the spread in the description. Also, bear with me, I just need a little sip of coffee. Yeah, so that was Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, the first thing that I marked was that at 3 a.m. in the morning, gastro struck. So we didn't know at the time, but when we went to our friend Annie and Graham's house, they had, or their girls had gastro like 2 weeks prior to when we saw them. They'd cleared their symptoms. They were all good, ready to go, fine, no issues. And then we found out after the fact that they had spent Boxing Day with the extended family, and the extended family had passed it back or something like that. But whatever it was, somehow gastro came into our household, and I was the lucky one. So even though my husband and I shared a bed all the time through the gastro, he didn't get sick, only I did. So at 3 a.m. that morning, I got gastro. So that was fantastic. So of course I've followed that up by marking that I stayed in bed all day. We were actually going to go to the beach on this day because there's just something about a little bit of vitamin C that enriches me, and I like to, it's like kind of like a tradition now. We've only done it once, but I wanted to do it like every year moving forward. And we were going to go to the beach on this day before my husband went back to work, and I was so excited for it. But of course, because of the gastro, the beach day was cancelled, so I marked that. I then marked that I had all the naps because I pretty much just slept on and off all day because I was so exhausted. I think I woke up at 3, and I don't think I slept until like 7 a.m. in the morning. I was back and forth to the toilet, couldn't sleep, couldn't settle. At one point, I was asleep in a towel in front of the fan in our bed because it was so hot. It was awful. I then marked that whilst I was in bed, I watched the book club, The Next Advent, that I watched a movie called Do Revenge, and then I also marked that I uploaded a video on that day as well. Moving over to Thursday, I did mark at the top of the day there that I had a sore body and eyes, because I don't know about anyone else, but I found that now that I'm older, whenever I'm sick, I find that all of the like blood vessels in and around my eyes burst when I throw up. So I had burst blood vessels all over my face. I was tired because I hadn't been sleeping, so I was just sore. My eyes hurt. It was not a great time. I was hungry at this point because I'd not eaten anything on the Wednesday, so my husband did go and get me some crackers and some Gatorade, and I just marked that I had water, Gatorade, and crackers all day. Like, that's all I could physically stomach, and I did get to hold them down, thankfully. And then marked that evening we watched Old Dads and Liar Liar, and then I uploaded my May highlights video, and then I marked having an early bedtime because, of course, I was still trying to recover and get over the sickness. Thankfully, it didn't last that long. On the Friday, the first thing that I marked was that I watched Wedding Season, and then I watched The Impossible, and then I marked Chilling with the Dogs. And then I marked that I had baked potatoes and a can of Solo for dinner. So my stomach, like, I obviously wasn't throwing up anymore, but I remember, like, my stomach didn't feel quite right for a couple of days, but thankfully the gastro only lasted like that couple of hours. Like, it was from like 3 a.m. till like 10 a.m. or whatever it was, and then I was able to like slowly recover, slowly eat. But yeah, obviously by Friday I was able to eat relatively normally. And then that evening I marked that we watched Wrong Turn 6, and I also uploaded another Plan With Me that evening because obviously I was, like the same as this year, I was trying to catch up on my Plan With Me videos. On to Saturday, so I've marked that I slept in that morning and my body was tired. I then also marked that my husband took our guinea pig to the vet. So again, I still probably wanted to just avoid people just to be safe. Knowing that the girls hadn't been infectious for 2 weeks and I still got it, I was a little bit cautious of who I saw and where we went because I didn't want to, you know, give them the same fate that I had. I then marked that I had a YouTube binge and that I edited a Sims video. And then I marked feeling flat and family time to finish off the evening. And then finally on to Sunday, I marked at the top of the day that I had a lazy morning, that I watched some YouTube, I washed some clothes, I had a little bit of a tidy up, and then to finish out the day, I marked that we chilled with the dogs and that I still wasn't feeling 100%. So that was my new year. And the funny thing is I can't remember who told me, but I heard it somewhere that the way you start your new year, or like the way that you ring in the new year, is a reflection of how the rest of your year will turn out. And a little fact for you all, so I don't know if I mentioned it, I think I mentioned it in my last video. My husband and I played Skip Go on New Year's Eve, and he just kept winning and winning and winning, and then we had an argument because he was kind of getting really smug, and it made me upset, and I overreacted, and caused a big argument. And then, of course, like, we got over that. That was fine. And then, lo and behold, on the 3rd, I ended up with gastro. So the first week of 2024 for me was literally shit. Like, there was literal shit happening. And wouldn't you know it, November 26th, 2024, I can definitely tell you that the year was shit. My year has ended shit. A lot of shitty things that have happened. I feel like I shouldn't be swearing this much on YouTube. But yeah, as you guys will kind of see, we get off to kind of a slow, standard, usual start, and then just things happen, and a lot of not so wonderful things happen. There was a lot of tears shed in 2023. 2024, sorry, there was just a lot of like bad news, bad things happening. Like, again, just to kind of give you a bit of context, I have a funeral to go to next week for one of my close childhood friends. So that's the kind of shit that we're dealing with. And I know I'm not alone. I know that a lot of people, have shitty years, shitty months, shitty days. But I know that there are a lot of people who share the same sentiment that 2024 was a shit show of a year. Every year we kind of ring in the new year and go, new year, new me. This is my year. Last year was shit. This year is going to be so good. But 2024 was something else. It's not finished yet, and I'm kind of hoping that Christmas is great and we kind of finish off the year in a good way, and that we ring 2025 in positively, with good things happening. But I am certainly going to be glad to see the back of 2024. And that is for sure. But anyway, I am just finishing up the spread now. You'll see me place the last few items for Sunday. I'm losing my voice apparently. And then of course my dog has to go and bark. What video of mine would it be if my dog didn't bark? Anywho, yeah, so I'll finish that up. I will show you guys my leftovers. I will give you all a little bit of a wiggly wiggle, and then we will wrap up the spread. If you haven't made it this far, pop your 2025 New Year's resolutions in the comments below, and I will hopefully see you all very, very soon for another Plan With Me video. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really, really appreciate your support and patience throughout this year. It honestly means the world to me. All right, out of here. Bye.